All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, this is your brother Issachar coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akwakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, in today's lesson, we're going to go into how all the elect, alright, starting with the 144,000, the governing bodies, all the way down to, the men, women, and children of the hopeful elect, that, Yahweh Shai is going to has all of your, the elect's new bodies. Because what you got to understand is that these fleshly bodies cannot go into those ships, the spaceships, the chariots of Israel, the so-called UFOs, the so-called UAPs. So this is something that is major that you got to understand, because these bodies that you have right now, try to take care of them to the best of your ability, but you got to know everything is temporary, even your body. All right, because when the Lord gets here, when the elect, get beamed up into those ships, the elect are going to be changed before you even enter the ship. So it's gonna be, like that movie Shazam. Remember how he says Shazam, and then he changed that fast, or she did. Remember, he had like brothers and sisters. All right, it's just like that. All right, because it's gonna be that fast, because you can't take these bodies inside those so-called UFOs, the chariots of Israel. So you gotta really understand that, So that's something that those of you that have infirmities, those of you that got pain, ailment, whatever you guys got out there, I mean, you got bone pain, you got something wrong, your back's hurting. Whatever, whatever the hopeful elect got out there, just know that, all the elect, all your bodies are about to be changed. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 40. And then we're going to go, we'll kind of go around in this chapter here. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 40. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. So the celestial, okay, that's what the angels have. The angels have celestial bodies, because they don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't have relations, this is something different. But the body's terrestrial. So terrestrial bodies, what you mortals have today. All right, you guys do sleep. You guys gotta eat, eat and drink water to survive. All right, you guys do have relations, benevolence. You see, the angels don't do that. All right, the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. So yeah, because the terrestrials, all right, the terrestrial body, all right, enjoys things that the celestials don't, and the celestials enjoy things that the terrestrials don't. So they both have their own glory. You see? Verse 41. There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. for one star different from another star in glory. All right, yeah, because they both got their, like their special features. They both got their glory. They both got their things that to enjoy in. You see, verse 42. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in incorruption, and it is raised in incorruption. Okay, it is sown corruption, and it is raised incorruption. Right, because the resurrection of the dead, because those of you out there, because there are going to be a few martyrs. Remember, some people are going to have to lose their lives of the elect. Not it's not going to be a big number, but there are going to be a few out there. So remember, if you are one of those individuals that have to get put down for this word, and think about that. All right, and it's not just all right, I believe in the Lord. Imagine if Esau starts rolling, and puts your head inside a guillotine, or gets ready to torture you and says, all right, well, are you gonna take this chip? Are you gonna comply with us? Yes or no? If not, we're gonna take you out right now. See, and puts a gun to your head, or puts your head inside that guillotine and says, all right, last chance. Are you gonna say, all right, let me have that chip? Or are you gonna say, the hell with you, Bob Barker, call halal Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. See? But it's a very real case scenario, because people are going to be put in situations like that. The hopeful elect are going to be tested. So remember, don't take this thing lightly, don't forget about it. Of course, have a little balance, it's, you don't got to be, too serious all the time, but you do got to, know that this is, it's going to happen, because you got to have balance, if you're just too much focused, and, you'll, you got to have a little balance here and there, but you got to know that serious times are approaching. So you really got to prepare yourselves, your mind, your spirit. You really have to be prepared for that. What if Esau takes out your family members in front of you? What are you going to do? And that's going to be a hard thing for a lot of the elect to see, but it's something that's going to happen. So that's what happened with Job. Remember, the Lord took Job's family, See, and did he stop believing in the Lord? All right, when Satan, tested him, gave him boils and all that on his skin. No, okay, he didn't fold like a lawn chair like Nick Cannon. He kept on enduring. Sure, it didn't feel good, but he kept the faith. You see, so you gotta remember, these stories are good. This is why you gotta know our history, because it's not gonna be just like no little. It's gonna be real life situations. You're really gonna be in dire straits. Some of the elect are gonna have easier tests than others. It's just the way it is. But you gotta remember that these are real tests that are coming. Real tests. The Lord wants to see. All right, I'm gonna see. I want to see if they believe in me or not. See? All right, let's see here. All right, so we're gonna jump down to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 50. All right. Oh, hey, check that out. So right here it says, it's the headline right above. It says the mystery of resurrection. See that? Because it's a mystery. Mystery. It also means because you don't know. It also means foolish too. Because a mystery is like, it's foolish because it's weird. It's the unknown. So that's why there's a lot of people out here that don't believe that there's life after death. They don't really believe that. They think that there's just one life, that's it. When you die, you die. Because I've run into a lot of, and a lot of those people were Edomites. All right, because when I'm out there teaching, I had a lot of experiences where, and there is some Jakes who say that too, but mainly it's Esau, because I have conversations with Edomites, because I don't just, you know, just curse them out and say, oh no, the hell with you, get out of here. No, because I'll have conversations, if they want to, if they're dealing, if they're, want to have, regular, conversation, and, ask, diligent questions and be sincere, then yeah, But, yeah, a lot of them were Edomites who said that, once you die, you die. That's it. Once you're gone, that's it, But that's because they don't believe in the Lord. You see? That individual has died and came back many times. So have you, and so have I. All right, we come back many times. Yahushai was he was Adam first. Okay, then he came as Isaac. Then he came as Melchizedek. All right, then he came as King Solomon. All right, then he came as Quasiquado, because he visited the northern kingdom, but that was Yahushai. All right, Quasiquado. All right, the feathered serpent, the king. All right, that was Yahushai, because Yahushai visited the the so-called Latins. All right, in South America, that was Yahushai. All right, and then he also came back as Yahushai, who the world stubbornly calls Jesus Christ. All right, and that was the last time he was on the earth. See, so he even came back many times. See, this is what you got to understand. So, like King David, he was Moses, and then he came back as King David. See that? So you had Moses, and then he came back as King David. All right, and then he came back as Peter. See, so those are his times right there. So he came as Moses first. All right, then King David. All right, and then he was who was Solomon's father. All right, then he came back as Peter. All right, so this is something that you gotta understand. Resurrection is very real. Reincarnation is very real. All right, so this is something to resurrect, because the Lord has the ability. Remember that the Lord is a real God. Okay, this ain't no fairy tale. The Lord really has the ability. He really has the keys to life and death. So this is why you have to truly understand who you serve. You got to understand, what you're involved in, but you got to understand the power of the Lord. All right, you have to understand that He is a true power that can literally decide whether you should be destroyed or He shall let you live. See, so you do not want to, disappoint and, piss off the Most High. All right. I mean, if you're going through troubles and all that, you're fighting. The Lord knows that. All right. You don't have to, give out no, sad story and long story. The Lord knows what you're going through out there. Not to be so harsh, but because He's putting us through it. Remember that. All right. So that's why it says the mystery of resurrection, because it's a mystery. Because a lot of people don't really believe. Like, well, damn, remember our Lord. He came back to life 3 days later. He came back 3 days later. You see? All right. Well, this is what you got to understand. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 15. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh, neither the corruption inherit incorruption. Right, because these bodies are going to be changed. All right, these fleshly bodies. All right, because these are spirits. Okay, these are spirits, that are pure energy inside these fleshly bodies. See, this is why when you return when you pass away, all right, you turn back to the ground. You turn back to the dust. You see, your bones might remain, but all your skin and all that, it all eventually turns. It gets real dry, and then it turns into you turn into like ashes, to dust. All right, so that's what Adam means. Adam means Adama, from the ground. See that? So that's why when people perish after so long, they return back to the ground, because that's how the Lord made us. That's why it's called Adam. It means Adama, which means from the ground. You see that? All right. But remember, Adam and Eve weren't the first people on the earth. Okay, they were called the Adamites. Those were the first people on the earth. It's just that Adam and Eve received knowledge. All right, but Adam and Eve, just for you guys' information, and Lord willing, I'll do a lesson on that. Later this week, that Adam and Eve were not the first people that walked on the earth. Okay, they were the Adamites. Okay, a group of people. Okay, called the Adamites. It's just that Adam and Eve received the knowledge. All right, of good and evil. All right, so but just so you know, the first people on earth were a group of people called the Adamites. All right, because before the flood, you had three classifications of men. You had the sons of God, all right, which were us, the Israelites. You had the sons of men, which are the heathen, all right, and you had the sons of the wicked, which are the Edomites. All right, today. So after that, okay, this is when the Lord split us up into those nations. Okay, because Noah, he had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. All right, and so when the Lord flooded the earth, there was only 8 people left, which was Noah and his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives, a total of 8 people. All right, Shem means like the name, because that's where our lineage came from, the name. All right, that's what Shem means. Shem means the name, Shem. All right, so that's just so you kind of understand a little bit how this thing works, because these bodies cannot go into those ships. So let's keep reading. We're reading it right here. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. See that? So that's why not everybody can get it, because mystery means it also means like foolish, because it's like, wait a minute, because everyone can't get it because it's weird. It's like, nah, like, because right now truth is actually stranger than fiction. See, because people have been brainwashed and demoralized, by these elites. So the truth is just like, nah, because when we're out there teaching that the angels riding those spaceships, people are just like, yeah, right, come on, but it's true, but see, so a lot of people can't get it because the truth is, it's strange, it's a mystery, because it's kind of, to some people it's foolish, it's weird, like, nah, like, no way, but it is, this is just what it is. And the angels are going to step outside those ships real soon. So the whole world is going to see, This is why, like the prophets that are seasoned, they don't really get upset. Because someone don't believe, then they don't believe. And we understand that, Our job is not to convince you and to make you believe. It's just to teach the word. And then the angels and the Lord are going to wake up his elect. All right, just by hearing the word. It's just like, so the prophets, the teachers of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, our job is to teach the word. It's just like, hey, you guys ever seen that movie with that army movie, that military movie, Saving Private Ryan? Remember, they were just on that mission for Private Ryan. Same thing with us. We're just looking for the elect. All right, whoever comes up and says, calls us names or whatever, it's just like, yeah, whatever, We're here for the elect. Like that movie, Saving Private Ryan. What was their mission? Just to go get Ryan. Same thing with us. Our mission is to teach the word so we can gather, get the elect. All right, but remember, the angels and the Lord are the ones who do the awakening. We can't. All right, but we got the truth. We got the 100% truth. We got the understanding. See that? So there's nothing that our enemies can do to discourage us, to make us not believe in the Lord. Because it's just like in that movie The Matrix. Remember the first one? Remember when he saw the truth and then he threw up and he's like, no, he didn't want to realize it, but he couldn't go back because that's it. So that's how it is in this truth, because once you really understand what it is, how these things work, who the wicked are and all that, there ain't no going back. You see? So that's what the elect are doing. The elect it's just like that movie Saving Private Ryan. All right, we're just out there for the hopeful elect, but also we are condemning our enemies too. When that time happens, but we're not out there to destroy our enemies, to physically. It's we cast down their lies, their strongholds with the word. But the Lord's gonna be the one who's gonna destroy them, physically. Our job is just to teach the word. So that's who we're looking for, the elect. See, that's when other people have other opinions and all that. It's all good, It's because we already know that it's not true. Because we grew up in this world too. Because a lot of brothers and sisters out there before they came in the truth, they were Baptist church. They came from they were either Christians or Catholics. So we were in the world too before. So it's not like we're just out here just we only learned this and nothing else. No, we were out there too. So we know, so we understand both sides. See, so we know where they're coming from. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 51. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. See that? Change meaning how? All right, because right now, our minds are being changed. We're being changed spiritually. All right, we're coming out of this wicked world. You see, but this is gonna be physically. All right, physically. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. See, so in a moment, very fast. Remember that movie when they say Shazam, how that one. Remember that one kid and then his brothers and sisters. I think it was the second movie, or maybe they all transformed to superheroes. It's gonna be that fast, literally, in a moment. See, in a twinkling of an eye. So as fast as you blink your eye, when you guys go home, your apartment, your house, when you let's say you go to the TV room, the living room, and you turn on the light, oh, it's dark, hey, turn on the light. You know how it turns on that fast? It's gonna be that fast. Your bodies are gonna be changed that fast. All right, so it's not gonna be okay, the Hollywood movies where where music's playing in the background and it's gonna be real slow and all dramatic. No, it's fast. Boom. The Lord is gonna change the elect bodies. All right, remember, starting with 144,000, all the way to you men, women, and children. Everyone's gonna be changed before they go into those ships. Remember that. So that's something major to look forward to. All right, and we went over the celestials and terrestrials, and I'll continue to go into that. Let me finish reading this 52nd verse, and then I'll go into that. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, so fast, at the last trump. So what's the last trump? Okay, not talking about President Trump, although he may be the last president, because it's looking that way. But the last trump is talking about, because you're going to have the 7 plagues, all right, the last trump. is those ICBMs going off. All right, so just so you know, the last plague, the last trump is those ICBMs, because the Lord, remember, the Lord is gonna allow these devils to get it going out here. It's just prophecy. Remember, the Lord is gonna have the wicked to judge the wicked. The elect, member, are still gonna go through it, but you're gonna have a hedge. You're gonna be protected. You're gonna be fed. You have to really understand that, but you're still gonna be in the midst of it. See that, you know. So at the last trump, so that's when the ICBMs go off. So before because these nations still may throw a pocket nuke here and there, you know, but when all the missiles go off, when the Lord really has these nations, like, really press that button, you know, there's certain prophecies and events that have to take place first, and they will. All right, because the Lord will have the angels control these leaders. So that's why a lot of times, like, remember, like in the Russian-Ukraine war, when it first started, there was a lot of so-called UFO sightings out there, so-called UAPs, which are the chariots of Israel, because the angels were out there. The angels are like the rest. They're just making sure that you nations don't get too crazy yet, because prophecy still has to fulfill, the Lord might allow you, because the Lord controls all things. The Lord might allow, like, China or Russia to kind of throw like a pocket nuke here and there, but he's not going to allow them to completely destroy Israel and America, not just yet, because prophecy has to fulfill. All right, so, like, let's say, like, Putin's pissed. Let's say Putin gets real mad. He's like, that's it, I'm going to shoot everything on America next week. It ain't going to happen. The Lord won't allow it. The angels will control him. But it will happen. Putin will, I'm not sure if it's, Putin. I mean, he's that man, but he may, who knows? I mean, because I don't know if he'll make it all the way, but one thing is for certain is that the Lord is going to use the Russians to get this nuclear war started. And I'm not sure, because they don't really say in the scriptures that, that Putin's going to be around at that time. It's just saying, but the Lord is using him, to get this thing going. But when that time actually comes, who knows? He can probably get taken out, but for sure it's going to be Russia, regardless. All right, whether it's Putin still in there, or if, because we're in time of war. What if he gets assassinated or something? You never know, or even Trump. So, but one thing is for sure is that the Russians will be the main ones. All right, that's why when you see, like, Trump saying, oh yeah, he'll stop World War III in one day, and he's gonna stop the war over there in Ukraine. Now look, what happened just the other day. Putin had the Russians had his soldiers going through a pipeline, and they, like, ambushed over 1,000 Ukrainian soldiers. They're like trapped. They trapped them. See that? So that's why when you don't have the Lord, a lot of you guys will be confused. Well, like, damn, Trump just, was chewing out Zelensky, calling him a dumbass, then over there having lunch with Putin. Now, Zelensky, remember, he was getting help from Starmer, the leader of the UK, and from Britain. See, it looked like kind of like, Trump didn't want nothing to do with Ukraine. Now it switched again. It went back, and now Zelensky bowed down to Trump. And now Putin's like, forget America, See? So that's why, like, if you don't have the Lord on your side, like, you're not going to know which way to turn. You're going to be like, all right, well, shit. Is America cool, Ukraine? Like, oh, wait, no, they're not. Then the next week, it's like, okay, now he's having lunch with Putin. Okay, now Putin's over here. They're in America again. So it's like, it's just back and forth. All right? Because, remember, the elites are just playing off the people's fear. They're just playing with you guys now. Because if you don't know the prophecies, that's why the hopeful elect that get this word, Lord willing too, I'm part of that number. We're common collective. All right, because we know, like, we already know their plan. So they can say one thing and another. We already know. We know the agenda. We got the playbook. Remember that our Lord created them. So we already know, like, I don't give a shit what they say. We know what's about to go down out here. All right, this is why, we stay calm, and we ain't got to worry, because we already know what's gonna happen. You see? You know, they can lie and say, "Oh, hey, we're actually gonna do this." No, they're not. They're gonna do what the Lord is gonna tell them to do. You know, I don't care what they're talking about. Shit. You know. So that's why you gotta have this word, because Isaiah, you know, Isaiah chapter Isaiah 33:6. You know, knowledge and wisdom shall be thy stability of thy time. Because that's why when you have this word, you already know. Like, you had the playbook. You know, like, all right, I already know what's gonna happen. It's kind of like you watched a movie already. You know, it's like someone who watched a movie already, and then like, you know, your neighbor's like, oh man, I can't wait. You know, I can't wait to see it. You know, and you know, you don't want to be a spoiler alert, but you already saw the movie, so you already know what's gonna happen. That's the same thing with these prophecies, because once you learn these prophecies, you know, and you repent to the Lord, and you're listening to, you know, the apostles and elders on down from Great Millstone, or those who are teaching, you know, because you don't necessarily have to be, you know, part of Great Millstone to be a prophet, but that's where the majority of the prophets are, because the Lord is dealing with GMS. All right, I don't care what anybody says, because GMS has the 100% truth. All right, I don't care if, you know, people like them, don't you know, like us, whatever. You know, we're not like, you know, we're not the people's exact, you know, cup of tea, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? GMS has the 100% truth, but you know, there are going to be other prophets out there that are going to be teaching the correct doctrine. You know, and they might not be in GMS, but they're going to be teaching the same way, the same doctrine. They're going to teach the same thing. All right, so this is what you got to understand. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. See that? So right there, when the trumpet shall sound, so when those ICBMs are going off, because remember, the chip has to be made mandatory first. There has to be, you know, of course, with that economic collapse first. Then the elites have to, the society, the international bankers have to make that chip mandatory, the digital ID, which is the MOTB. And then there has to be martial law out here, and World War III has to take place. All right. So those things have to happen first before the Lord allows these nations to, you know, really press the button, you know, and for these nations to really like destroy themselves. You see, so because it's not just Israel and America, it's just that those places are for sure. Israel and America are going to be completely wiped out, but who knows, you know? The Lord's, because there's a lot of missiles out there. UK might get hit, you know, parts of China, you know, but it's just that China's not going to be like completely destroyed like Israel and Iran, you know. But the Lord, I mean, the Lord has a lot of things in store, you know, because the Lord don't tell us everything. He just tells us what we need to know, you know, because the Lord's going to surprise a lot of us, you know. The Lord is action-packed. Remember, the Lord's fighting. Okay, so our enemies are fighting with the Lord, you know, with God himself. So can you imagine how bad they're about to get whooped? You know, so imagine the Lord with his war tactics, the creator. Can you imagine? You know, when he brings out his dragons and all that, Leviathan, Behemoth, because the dinosaurs still exist. They're still around, ladies and gentlemen. Just imagine, you know, imagine the Lord like just creating tornadoes and all that, you know, taking out jets and all that. Who knows, you know, opening up the ground, you know, activating volcanoes, taking people out. It's going to be crazy, you know. I mean, you're talking about the creator here. You see, so that's why Esau and these heathens are about to get smashed. And 2/3 of our people who want to join that's no problem for the Lord and the angels. You know, that's just more fun for them. They don't care that 2/3 of our people are on Esau's side. So you think the angels care? That's just more fun for the angels. They don't give a damn. They're just gonna take you out too with Esau, and those are facts. You know, they're not gonna ask you, oh well, why? You know, what the heck? No, they're just gonna take off your head. This is what you gotta understand. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible. See? So the dead shall be raised. So it's a win-win, ladies and gentlemen, because if you do have to be a martyr for this thing, you're gonna be raised. All right, how the Lord is gonna bring you back to life. So these, our spirits never die. It's just that you're gonna be resting for a little while, and then the Lord's literally gonna raise you up, like the way He was raised. All right, and we shall, and we shall be changed. See that? 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 53. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, must, because the elect are all going to be changed. And this mortal must put on immortality, because all the Israelites are going to be immortal, including you wicked 2/3 that are joining Esau. Yeah, you're not going to make it the first round, of course, because you're going to have to feel that fire because you're being wicked. But the Lord still has mercy on you. You're still, when the elect inherit the kingdom, which is very soon. All right, once they start, to procreate, the 2/3, you guys are gonna come in as a fresh start, as brand new babes, and you're gonna be a little ashamed in the kingdom, but you're still gonna be immortal. You're still gonna enjoy everything, Fact, just that you're gonna be walking around with your head down for a little while, but but you're still going to be immortal. You're still going to inherit the kingdom. You're still going to be able to space travel and all that. Yeah, there's a lot, there's a whole lot. And you'll still have power and dominion over the heathen as well. Telling them what to do. You'll have slaves, handmaids, all that. You'll be well taken care of. Okay, well taken care of. Because there's not going to be no homeless Israelite in the kingdom. All right, nobody, like the like right here, like the most poorest Israelite here, like on the earth, like the people in homeless, the people in Skid Row, like the Israelites. All right, even them, okay, when they get in the kingdom, they're gonna have castles, slaves, they're gonna have land, everything in abundance. They're gonna have animals, they're gonna have a lot. All right, just to let you know, there's not going to be no homeless Israelites like Esau. Like Esau, he don't even care about his own kind, because there's so-called white people out here that are homeless. That's bugged out. That's just to show you he don't even care about his own kind, So how much more when he comes down, on the Israelites with Jacob's trouble? You see, because he's really going to come down on the Israelites. You got to understand that, especially us, the teachers, I don't really consider myself, a prophet unless, because I don't know exactly who I am, but I do teach the word, and, but definitely, because those of us that are speaking against the New World Order, who are teaching the truth, in sincerity, yeah, we're like the main target, but that's all right, that's what we signed up for. It's kind of like police officers, soldiers. When you sign up, that, hey, there's a possibility that you can get shot. You could probably get stabbed. Something can happen, All right. So the same thing with us. We already know what it is. So if it has to come down to that, because this is what we signed up for, because we're making our lives a living sacrifice just for the righteous can hear the word. And if we got to get tortured, beheaded, lose our family members, be persecuted, so be it. We're not going to change up at the last minute and say, all right, no, Nah, we're keeping this to the end. Because we're saying things that other people can't, because by saying this too, it puts your job in jeopardy. People will look at you in a certain way. Your neighbors will start working with like the feds and stuff on the down low. Even your own family members. It's real stuff, but that's all right, because the Lord already told us about this. So it ain't like, if we're betrayed, we're going to be like, oh man, how could you? Like what? Like we already know. Remember, we already know. You see that? Our Lord was betrayed by his own disciple. So the Lord said, if they're going to persecute me, they're going to persecute you. So let's get back on topic. So right here, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 54. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, because all the elect are going to be changed, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory, because there's going to be no more death. When the Lord gets here, all right, and changes all the elect. Because remember, before the elect go into those spaceships, the chariots of Israel, which are known in this world as the so-called UAPs, so-called UFOs, uh, you're all gonna be immortal. So there's gonna be no more death after that. No more death, no more. It's for eternity. Remember, and that's a contract. It's a covenant. So this is why the elites hate us so much. So because not so just so much because we're just we're different shades of brown. Because you have the so-called Arabs out there. Okay, you got Ishmael, you got the Hamites who are dark. They're darker than us. So that's just to show you it's not a black thing. It's not about being and we're not black. We're it's just that they call us you know because the Southern Poverty Law Center, because they have us as a hate group. We're extremists. Pretty soon they'll be calling us terrorists and all that, like just for teaching the Bible. Like damn, but it's all right. However they want to label us, that's fine. We're serving the Lord no matter what. We ain't listening to these clowns. I tell you that right now. The hell with these frisbees. We're surrounded by queers. We ain't gonna change this up for nobody. And give a damn what they say. How much they threaten us or whatever. We're just gonna laugh at them. Because we know that these leaders are going to slavery. Don't give a damn what they say. How many executive orders they sign. Fucking sign them. We don't give a damn. We're following the Lord because we serve the Lord. We don't serve the community. We don't serve Esau. The hell with Esau's bitch ass. And those are facts. Remember that. We serve the Lord, not Esau. Facts. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 55. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. Right, because there's gonna be no more death. You gotta remember that, okay? There's gonna be no more death. So that's imagine that. You're not gonna die no more. No more pain. Sorrow. Crying. None of that no more. The Lord says when we're in the kingdom, we're gonna be waking up, on our bed singing. So imagine just like how happy. Because just like the elites right now, the elites of the society, you think they have to put an alarm clock, go to work, clock in and clock out? No, they ain't got to do none of that. They got slaves, they got handmaids, they got people making them, the best foods, everything. They got everything, So they don't have to lift a finger. They don't got to do much. See that? So that's how the Israelites are going to have it. Even our women, are going to be taken care of, remember, you guys are gonna have everything. Like the best shampoo out there, the best frankincense. The daughters of Zion. Our women are gonna be like bathing like in fruit. Imagine that. Because our women are gonna be go back to being very delicate again. Very ladylike. Facts. Where some of them they won't even touch their feet with the ground. All right, they won't even have their feet touch the ground because when they go around, they're gonna be like carried around, like how like in those movies you saw like with how when the kings would move around and like the princess would go around, they would have them like in those chariots, like they had some like the horses, or they had some like where they would have a lot of slaves like carry them around. See, like that, So, you gotta remember that daughters of Zion are about to be very taken care of, because they're gonna have slaves, handmaids, constantly taking care of their hair, getting their nails done, but not all long, okay? Because that's bugged out. By the way, just an FYI. Those of you women out there that are Israelites, the daughters of Zion, you gotta cut that out. Stop having those long nails, because that goes back to Egypt. All right, that's the way of the heathen. That's bugged out. I mean, you can have, maybe a little bit, but it's just bugged out. Don't have them too long, because that goes back to Egypt. All right, remember that. You can grow them out. a little bit, but don't have them too long. All right, it's that goes back to Egypt. All right, so that's just something that you gotta understand. Yeah, and to the daughters of Zion out there, stop dyeing your hair, man. The hell, Why do you want to be like these Edomites? You gotta know that when these Edomites, the so-called white man, when they have blonde hair, or the white women, you know, that's unclean. All right, that's a curse. Facts. You know, let your brown or black hair, let it grow, and let it grow out if you can. You know. All right, this is something, don't be ashamed of who you are. That's something you got to understand. All right, stop trying to be like these Edomites, because at the end of the day, they can't stand you, and they can't stand us. So why are you trying to be like somebody who can't stand you? And in your face, they may say, yeah, all right, hey, that person's a good person, but as soon as you turn around, they're talking about you. Remember that it don't matter what you do or say, these Edomites are gonna hate you to the core. All right, yeah, they may not say nothing in your face, but remember that they were created to go against the Israelites. I don't care what they say, like, oh no, it's not like that. It's like that. And this time when these elites are gonna push that new world order, you guys are gonna find out, because they're gonna put a lot of you Israelites, the wicked now we're talking about. Okay, you guys are gonna go into those concentration camps, be tortured, be beheaded. All right, you're gonna see what they do to your family, because they're not gonna spare none, like the Lord tells us through His prophet Ezra. Chapter 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, around like the 70, I think it's like 72nd verse or 73rd, around there, where it said they shall be like madmen, sparing none, because they're not gonna care about your daughter, your son, even if you got pets, they're gonna put them down. Grandma, grandpa, your brother, your sister, your cousin, they're taking everybody out. All right, if you're not covered by the Lord, man, remember, the left-hand side does have a green light to bring, to bring chaos. So the Lord and the angels are gonna allow it. You gotta remember that it's prophecy. It's gonna go down out here. All right, ain't no one gonna stop it. O death, where is thy sting? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 55. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? See, the sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. Because right now, this is why the heathen and Edomites, they're all in cahoots together. That means they're all together, joining forces to keep having our people be oppressed, and their goal is to keep us sinning against our power. See that? Because they know how it works. Because they know if we keep sinning against our power, that our power gets mad at us. See that? So this is something that they do. That's why they always in all these stores, grocery stores, as soon as you walk in, you're gonna see like pork skins. 7-Eleven, as soon as you walk into that, liquor stores, you're gonna see the pizza right there, pork skins, all the candy with pork in it. You see? All right, yeah. It's bugged out, I mean, like when you guys go to, because a lot of you Israelites, it's just talking in Israel in general, because the elect already know better, like not to be going to like McDonald's and Burger King, stuff like that. But sometimes, people, they still might go to like, Jack in the Box or Carl's Jr. here and there, when there's like nothing else. It may happen, just try to get the best of the worst, because, I mean, at the end of the day, we're, everyone's in that rat race, everyone's, sometimes, you kind of like, oh, you guys got to kind of find what you can get sometimes. But just for all, speaking for all Israelites, when they go to, McDonald's or whatever, just to show you like how our enemies, the Edomites and heathens, literally lay a trap for our people, because like, let's just, for instance, an example, a family, they go to McDonald's in the morning, let's say they're all about to go like on a family trip, whatever, to amusement park, whatever. They're going to get breakfast sandwiches or burritos, right? For McDonald's, what's their choices? Sausage or ham, that's pork. You see, because it's gonna be very rare when someone just says, "Oh well, just let me order a egg McMuffin with just an egg and cheese." Yeah, the kids, the little children might order that, but it's a lot of times too, they get like a sausage McMuffin. That's pork. Even Pizza Hut, Domino's, 7-Eleven. What's your choices? The meat lovers, it's all pork. It's ham. Ham, pepperoni, sausage, that's all pork. Okay, the Lord commands not to eat that. See that? So there's ways, but you have to like really, jump through hoops. You have to really watch a lot, not to eat pork, because when you really look at it, our enemies have weaponized everything against us, including our own women. Okay, this is why you have all they don't need a man and all that. That was pushed. All the independent women and I don't need a man and all that. I mean, because there's some good women out there that they haven't found a man and they're successful. It don't mean that just because you're independent like you're a bad person. Because sometimes people they just haven't found the right person yet, or and they're holding it down. Because there are good women out there. There's righteous women out there, but just what I'm saying. Because all that agenda of wickedness, like, oh well, forget man, we don't need no man, and you know, uh, I'm an independent woman. It's like, well, shit. If there wasn't, forget men. Well, if there wasn't men, you wouldn't be here. Because how you think your father had you? See that? Just because you had one or two dates that were real bad, what now it's just fuck all men. See? Just because a couple of dates that you went on were bad, so what now it just fuck everybody? See? Well, where'd you meet that man? Oh, at a bar. What the fuck you expect? Why don't you try a library or somewhere, a restaurant? A lot of you women, you meet. Oh, where'd you meet your ex-husband? Where'd you meet your ex? Oh, at the club, at the bar. No shit. What do you expect? Who you think's up in there? See? And remember, you made that choice to be with that person, not us. We didn't say, "Hey, go with that guy." You made that choice saying, "Oh, I like him." You made that choice to lay down with and to get pregnant by his ass. See, with that demon. And now it's all fuck all men. You made that choice, not us. See, so now it's all, excuse my Italian, F all men. Because what, of the choice that you made? Come on now. Don't even start. You see? You mortals are misbehaving. I'm telling you. It's too much. Huh? 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 57. But thanks be to the Most High Yahweh, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahushai Hamashiach. Because right there, all right, the elect got the victory through Yahushai already. Because we'll get it. We'll go to Ephesians, because the elect have been predesignated before the world was even created. All right, but not only that, you gotta remember that our Lord Yahushai defeated Satan and he overcame the world. So when he was on the cross and said, "It is done, it is finished," that's it. So there's nothing. It's not like a Hollywood movie where all that Esau and these heathens are all gonna join forces and they might have a chance of changing the prophecies. No, there's not even 1% chance. All right, they're not changing a damn thing. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain. Right, because that's what you gotta understand that, okay? Because your labor is not in vain. All right, it's not in vain, because your works follow you. So what you do towards the Lord, the Lord's not gonna forget that. All right, the Lord's not gonna forget that. It's something that you have to understand. All right, the Lord's not gonna forget your your labor of love. All right, so let's see here. What's going on here? Give me 1 second here. here. Let me see here. So right here you have Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 5, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. See that? So the elect have been predestinated from the beginning by the Lord. This is what you gotta understand. So it's a very heavy thing. All right, because it's just comfort you out there just to know that the elect are going to win. All right, because there is a battle between good and evil out here. All right, between the left hand side, those that follow Satan, and the right hand side, those of us that follow Yahushua. It's very real. But you got to understand that the Lord already conquered Satan. All right. So everybody on the left-hand side, their daddy, Satan, lost. I don't care what they say. They can tell all the stories they want. They can say whatever they want. It don't matter. We know that Yahushua won because he's out there creating planets. He already told us. The left-hand side, they can't even leave the planet Earth. Not even the Dukes of Edom. So they can say whatever they want. How come they can't leave? How come when the angels show up, they can't call on their demons to destroy the angels and all that? How come they can't destroy the men of the Lord? Because Yahushua won. See? That's why the Lord just tells us, the hopeful elect, to be still. Don't worry about it. All right, just be still. So with that, that's it on today's lesson on how all the elect will be changed. Okay, all the elect will be changed. 100%. So with that, that's something to look forward to. So rejoice. So that's just one of the many benefits, that the Israelites are going to inherit. Immortality, power and dominion over the heathen. You're going to be able to communicate with animals again. The world's going back to its righteous order, where it's going to be on a much higher vibration. You're going to be able to space travel. All right, you'll be able to see the Lord. Yeah, imagine that. You're not going to die anymore. And you guys will be able to fly. You'll be able to go to outer space without a space apparatus. You'll be able to breathe underground. So what the elect are about to get is special, because right now you have the celestial body, which are the angels, and you have the terrestrial body, which are the mortals. Okay, you humans out there. So what the Lord has in store for the elect is a combination of both of them together. So you guys are going to be extraterrestrial. Okay, it doesn't mean you're going to be an alien. Okay, it means extraterrestrial, because you're going to be able to enjoy the benefits like an angel, because you're not going to die. That's it, and that's for reals. So you're going to have a combination of both. So you'll be able to go to outer space. Okay, you'll be able to go underneath the water. Remember, like Aquaman. All right, without like a scuba suit. Okay, and remember, you're gonna live forever, and you're still gonna be able to enjoy the pleasures of the terrestrial. You'll be able to have relations, benevolence. You'll still be able to eat. All right, because the angels don't do that. That's something that you gotta understand. All right, so this is something you have to really understand. Okay, so you're gonna have like combination of both. You're gonna be extraterrestrial. All and that's everybody, especially from the 144,000 all the way to like the least Israelite, in the kingdom. Not saying like, there's nothing bad about being the least Israelite, because you're still an Israelite, but there is rank, there is order. It's just the way it is, because the Lord establishes order. But every Israelite will be able to fly, will have pretty much like superpowers, Even your children will be able to fly, It's almost like that one anime, Dragon Ball Z. You know, like remember like the Super Saiyans? Okay, that's how the Israelites are gonna be. You're gonna be superhumans on the earth, just like that. You know, so just look at that anime, Dragon Ball Z, like Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, and all that. That's how the Israelites are gonna be. All right, but remember, their wives are not really don't really have that. You know, because they're like in the world. You know, but the Saiyans, remember the Saiyans, Super Saiyans, those are the Israelites. Okay, that's how we're gonna be, like that. You know, remember how Goku and Vegeta, when they those of you that watch that anime, you know, they lived into like a, you know, they grew up to like a certain age. You know, then they you know they stop at their prime. You know, so that's how the Israelites are gonna be. You know, you're gonna go to your prime and then just stay right there, like Yahushai. Okay, Yahushua is right there in his prime. He's young. Yahushua is a young man. Facts. Okay, he's not coming back all old and you know. No, he's young. All right. That's how the Israelites are gonna be. And there's a whole lot going into that. Low bullying. I'll do a lesson on that, just like everything else too. That you know that we're about to inherit. There's a reason why our enemies hate us, because they want what we're about to receive. Because we got the blessing, we got the birthright. Remember that. So Esau's pissed off. But so what? You know? Facts. You know, that's right, Esau. So if you're listening to this, step up to get beat down. You know? You crusty ass cave dweller. Step up to get beat down. Okay, the Lord and the angels had that beat down for you. Remember, your beat down's already prepared. You just gotta come get it. Facts. That's something it's already prepared. So with that's it on today's lesson on how all of the Israelites will be changed. Stay strong on your feet, soldier. Shalom.